Good morning to you from the most easterly point in the United Kingdom. This is a little place called Ness Point. It's in Lowestoft, which is the most easterly town in England. And this is the most easterly point. So I'm at a place of extremity this morning. And I believe the Lord is telling us that our lives also need to be in a kind of an extremity. I was reading yesterday in James chapter 1, and from verse 19 it just says this: "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he is." So God is telling us today that we must really be zealous for his word, not just to read it, but to do it. I woke up this morning with another verse. Well, actually it was the chapter of Mark 13, and the word that came to me, because it's basically the Olivet Discourse, and at the end of it Jesus says one word: watch. He calls us to watch, and that watch is upon our own lives. It's upon ourselves, so that we don't forget what we look like in the mirror, so that we obey the commandments of God to love one another, to walk in integrity. Sometimes it isn't easy, because the enemies of our souls can sometimes be the closest people to us, even in our own household. And the devil will use all kinds of manners and ways to divert us from the truth. Jesus says some hard things in Mark 13. He says that fathers and mothers will be against one another and betray one another, which is something awful. But God has given us his word, and he calls upon us to watch and pray, and be careful for our lives. So I pray that as I stand on this easterly point today, although I'm in a place of extremity, that my life may be extreme for God. I pray that for you, that we don't compromise, that we stand in that spot and stand strong for the Lord. Have a blessed day.